So I bought it on their website. It's normally $500 for a GoPro, but they gave me $150 off.
Wow.
So
that's cool.
No code needed. Murray's got some beef jerky.
I don't know how to. They don't give you a tear. What do they expect me to do? Own scissors?
I think my complaint is I never have scissors
or have
nearby.
A wife.
Well, I haven't.
Well, thank goodness you own one of those things.
Yes, and she owns scissors, so somehow it works out. Kind of above this, that's probably fine.
Figure out.
Oh, now she's eating them. This is the risk of giving food to your wife.
Okay, so Rob, put Rob on the big screen.
Whoa. Okay.
Ah.
Hello, I'm on the big screen.
Rob, you're gonna talk to us about your pins, not your
that's
pans,
right.
but your pins.
It's true. Okay. I was gonna make a joke, and then I'm like, well, maybe I didn't quite hear what he said. Anyways, we have. So I got the Zanini box again, which sounds delicious, but I don't recommend you eat any of these pins. So we'll go. The way that they. Okay.
So not Panini box, but the Zanini box.
Correct. It is. I think it's spelled exactly like Panini, but with a Z instead of a P.
Be a bag of beef sticks.
Of what you have. I
That's
assume
what
he's not
mine
talking
is.
about me.
I'm like, why put that in a bag?
Yeah, especially one that you can't open without a wife that owns scissors.
Right. Wait, should I?
She's gonna get those in a divorce.
Should I do this? Let's.
Okay, I just pulled up Zanini box, and it looks really cool.
It's zucchini box.
Yeah, like it's. I'm gonna open the pins because last time we did this, the plastic bag they came in made it really hard to see them. So this, I guess it's month. Do they do this by month? Yeah, this is the March box, which is actually a pink bag envelope that it comes in. So this is from their video game logos series of pins.
Oh.
So let's see if I can get it to actually focus. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's cool.
So Marcel, this is kind of like the Thundercats one that you thought the pin was the whole thing.
Yes.
But it was just the logo.
Yes, damn it. It's only the logo.
I'm glad you said it's the video game logos, because otherwise I would have thought it was the whole thing.
Yeah, so this is also what's funny, Marcel. I thought I lost this, but I guess in cleaning my desk the other day, I found it. This was the one that Marcel got confused by.
I was like, wow, that's really cool. And
Rob
was like, it's just the top.
And I'm like, no, it's just the logo.
Yeah, the image is such a nice picture. You almost want to pin the whole thing.
Yeah.
So the other one, they do a decent job, I think, of keeping up with what's relevant. Because in the last one, I got like a vision pin. Okay, that's probably the only good example of what was relevant in the last one. But so for the number 2 pin, we've got Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat.
Is the movie coming out soon?
Out soon.
That people are way too excited about.
Yeah, a little too excited. I like that.
Way too excited.
Okay, way too excited. I like that the CG looks really good. I was looking at some of the effects they did, and I'm like, other than like some weird cuts every now and then, like the blood spurts out and he like turns it into like an ice knife. Like there's a weird frame where like it's clearly blood and then clearly ice.
Yeah.
And that's a little weird, but I was looking through that. Looks pretty cool.
Here's the problem: is that back in the day with video games, remember when they were like, "This is in-game rendered gameplay"?
Yes.
That's what's happening with movies now, where they like only show you the kind of acceptable CG.
Sure.
And then
That
you go
might
and
not
watch
even
it,
end up in the movie these days.
and you go and watch it, and you have to sit through an hour and 20 minutes of crap CGI to see the 10 minutes that you saw in previews of good CGI.
Or you could just see bad CGI altogether and watch Wonder Woman 84.
Right.
Let's
And then
see.
you can also go and watch
on.
the last 30 minutes of Wonder Woman, the original one.
Oh yeah,
and
that,
see
that
bad
also wasn't
CGI
good.
too.
That movie needed to end a little earlier, but yeah.
Yeah, like
Okay.
after the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. Let's see. I've been having luck with doing this, so hopefully that continues to actually focus. I guess not this time.
Mandu.
But
It's a blurry Mando.
But this is Mandu, obviously from the Mandalorian.
Why is the chest piece on the pin different color from the image?
You know,
consistency.
Consistency reasons. I also like that there's like a bit that's like fleshy colored at the bottom of the pin, which kind of makes it look like he's like decided not to wear anything underneath the chest piece.
He was in the bathroom, and then someone knocked on the door and said, "We need you.
We're making your pin now. Come on,
bring your guns.
And bring your guns." Like, sorry, I didn't have it on. I only just had the helmet on.
I only wear my
helmet. No one could
helmet.
see. Yeah, he's like, there's times where I only wear the helmet. It's awkward.
Do you think? So I'm sorry, I'm in a very ranty mood over the last week.
We're aware.
Do you think?
Yes, it's been nonstop.
Shut up. Do you think that the actor that plays Mando is a good actor?
I've only seen him in two things.
Mando,
and let me tell you, one of them was definitely not good. I'm not sure if that was his fault or if the role was just bad.
I watched a review thing the other day, and they're talking about some movie that he was in. And they were like, "Man, because he's in it, this movie's great."
No,
like, you're an idiot. You should not have been born.
I can't subscribe to the like because X movie has X actor in it. That just makes it automatically good. I'll never. There's actors I like, but they're not good in every movie.
Or the movie's not good just because they're in it.
Or like Ryan Reynolds is a good.
Rob,
like I like Ryan Reynolds, but Green Lantern wasn't good.
Neither was Blade 3.
Oh, was he in Blade 3? Was Blade 3 a thing? 3. I haven't seen any of the Blade movies.
He was meant to be like the next Blade.
Him and
this other girl. Two guys in a pizza place. Two guys, one girl, and a pizza place was not good either.
Oh, I don't.
So basically, he's only good in Deadpool.
Yeah, basically, like my most recent memory is Deadpool, and I'm okay with that.
He's good at Deadpool and Twitter, and that's it.
And commercials for his liquor,
and commercials for his cell phone service.
This guy might be a genius.
So there you go. Evidenced not good in everything.
Did we just advertise for Ryan Reynolds?
I think
we did. Yeah.
So Marcel, how much do we get paid?
Yeah, can you work that out with Ryan Reynolds, who I assume you know?
If anything, he's going to take money from us.
Oh, darn it. He seems like a nice guy.
I always knew this would happen.
All right. Well, speaking of Ryan Reynolds.
You always knew this would happen.
Moving on here. Here's another famous Ryan Reynolds role.
Murray watched Green Lantern.
Yosemite Sam.
Yosemite Sam.
Remember when he was famously Yosemite Sam?
That is not realistic facial hair.
I mean,
his eyebrows go into his mustache.
That's accurate. I'd like to think he's also secretly that big red monster.
Yes, he might be.
Yeah.
Just wearing a hat.
Does get mad a lot.
Then, to get this last pin out of here, Marcel, go. Another Masters of the Universe character. There's Tila. Oh, there she is, 2 places.
She's hippie.
Oh yeah, I just noticed the
man.
Like
she
it's
must
like
be
ribs and then Yeah.
It's like she can't get through the doors in the castle.
She thick. I didn't want to Google Tila before, but I do now.
Look for Tila thick.
Yeah, so those are the pins. I gotta say, I really like this company. Like the pins are nice. I don't obviously I don't know who Tila is, and I don't necessarily care about like Sub-Zero or even Yosemite Sam, but these pins are nice.
They're high quality.
Like they're high quality pins. This is only my second one. I also got February. But
yeah,
no plans to honestly for what is it like $12 a month? You get 5 pins. Five pins, $12 a month. There's no extra shipping cost. I mean,
yeah, that's really good.
If you're a pin collector, I don't like to say I am, but I do like pins a lot. Yeah,
Rob's
I'm not a pin collector, but I do have a giant box of them.
If they're not sorted, then you're not a collector. If they're in a big pile.
They definitely aren't. They're in a box probably about so big and so deep, and they're just thrown in.
It's kind of a dangerous thing just to throw in, and then you have to like wade through them.
You definitely can't get the one at the bottom very easily.
Yeah, I've thought about getting some sort of case for the like 20 that I think are really cool, but
it's called a shirt, Rob.
I'm not. That's true. It used to be the backpack.
It's called literally anything but a case.
I moved, and all my backpacks are. I have no idea where they are. Like
they're stuffed into one backpack,
gone. Probably, and I think it's in the garage.
So if you go to this mini box and you click, the store. I'm going to look at the store.
Oh yeah.
It's all dogs and a Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's basically whatever they had left.
So have your pick of dogs or Santa.
I will say what I like about it as a blind box is that it's simple packaging. Whenever I get like a nice blind box, part of me goes, God damn it, people. You spent like $1 on the box. I want a $1 item in there. Not
the box is in the name. It has to be better quality than that.
No, it's like just take the free USPS boxes and fill that full of crap. Give my money inside the box, not outside the box.
I see.
Yeah.
To make it look like trash, but fill it with good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, one of these, like the vintage one that I really like, they cover their very nice box in brown paper and then mail it to you. So they're not only charging you for a nice box, they're charging you for paper as well.
Nice brown paper.
And the idiot that has to wrap the whole thing. It's like the boss's cousin that's got half a brain cell.
Oh no, poor boss's cousin.
Marcel's into his rant mode officially.
That is why we're here.
Okay. So every now and then,
out of pins.
Every now and then, probably because I'm schizophrenic, I get into the mood to want to just rant about things. So the last year,
you want to unpin me?
But you're the pin guy, Rob.
Hang on.
I guess so. There we go.
Okay, so it looked fine on my screen. You guys are just messy. I changed my view to whatever. Okay, so the last year and a half I've been stuck inside a building of some sort. And I hated going into the office. Anytime you gotta go on BART and travel for an hour into San Francisco and then walk a mile, which probably is the reason I wasn't gigantic like I am now. Go to work for 8 hours and then take the whole trip over again. So your workday is like 11 hours long.
Yeah.
It sucked.
Yep.
It sucked. When I was working when I'm working now, or Dropbox, or Muhammad Ali's house, it always sucked. But now I actually want to do it.
Oh. Wait, which part do you want to do?
I just want to get out of this freaking house and see humans.
Yeah. I think I was telling you guys earlier that I'm kind of in that same mindset at the moment where I'm like, I want to get out of the house, and I know that they've started to say where I work that if you want to come to the office, schedule it so that there's not a lot of people there. So there's only like 2 or 3. We have apparently an absolutely massive office space. So
Wait.
I could go there.
Apparently?
Rob got hired during
I got
COVID.
hired during the pandemic, so I have no idea. I've never been there. So they said
Rob could be working at like Safeway, and he doesn't
and it's
know.
also a lot of people have, because apparently during the pandemic, like right before, they were decidedly moving office spaces, and then the pandemic hit, and so they've moved offices since everyone's been at home.
It could be at the bottom of an ocean.
Yeah, and so I guess
it's a huge office.
It's much bigger. So next week I probably will be going in to just to honestly just to work somewhere
where will
else.
You sit?
Yeah, I don't know.
Matter. There's this
There's
nice
no
office
chairs
with the word CEO on it. You may as well just sit there.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, he seems like a nice guy.
Even if he's there.
I've seen him on Zoom.
Don't mind me. I'm just going to use your couch.
Yeah. Looks like a nice couch.
So I wanted to say that, and I think that because we're being kind of stuck in COVID, you kind of get these pent-up feelings about the same things that you see over and over and over, especially on the internet, especially with things like, and we'll start here with Marvel speculation about WandaVision. So, Rob, I know you're a Reddit guy or something.
More or less, yeah.
So you're a clickbait guy. I'm a YouTube guy, right? So I'm a clickbait person. Murray, I don't know what you do. You just pretend you don't watch it.
The links you guys send, which is also clickbait.
And we send them because they're terrible clickbait.
Yeah. I got exposed to so much speculation that I started speculating.
Yeah.
So number one, if you're gonna expose yourself to speculation, don't speculate, and don't base the quality of the show you're watching on that speculation. Base it on your good old cynicism.
Good old cynicism.
You have a ton of ability to be angry at a show because they didn't show a character that you wanted to. Sure, you ignored the 30 movies that came before it, and you have not watched or listened to any industry news that says it would take them 5 years to bring X-Men in, but you're upset that freaking X-Men didn't show up.
Right. I wanted Wolverine to show up. I don't care if it was new Logan, old Logan.
That B guy was Wolverine.
Dead Logan.
Yeah, dead Logan.
It's still going on. People are still making speculation videos. I want to make a speculation video on the making of. Like, oh, I bet Wanda laughs when in the real show she doesn't laugh that much.
Or like, I bet this is how they did this effect.
I bet Nightcrawler is cameraman 3. So anyways, it's starting to happen with Snyder Cut. It's been happening for a while, but it's starting to happen. It's already started for things they haven't even started filming yet with Marvel.
I like the Mutants.
Yeah, the Mutants.
That's how 3-4 years out, and people are like, this is what I think. I'm like, no, whatever you're thinking is wrong.
There was a speculation video on what the 2023 slate will look like movie-wise.
Wow.
Oh, jeez.
It's just out of control. Like, I know people want views and they get paid for views.
Yeah.
And we've seen it on Reddit. It doesn't happen so much because people are out of control on Reddit. Like, their leaks is like, did you watch the trailer? That's a leak on Reddit.
Yes.
Right.
but because this clickbait drives money.
Yeah.
I mean, Rob, you had a good example the other day of like someone saying this is a plot hole, and it wasn't a plot hole at all.
It was, yeah.
The one you sent me today was great. The guy goes, there's a major difference between WandaVision and and Red Wing.
The one major difference
Iceman.
between
Red Wing and
WandaVision and Winter Soldier.
So he writes
and
this huge long article
terrible.
about nothing.
Terrible.
And in the first line, he says, well, there's a lot of differences, right? And then he goes, but the biggest difference is WandaVision is 9 episodes, and Falcon and Arm Man is 6 episodes.
Oh, I thought that was your joke when you quoted.
No.
That was actually the video.
Yeah.
That was it.
That was the major difference between the two shows. Not that all the characters are different.
Plot's different. Timeline's different.
People jump out of planes in this one. I don't know. Okay, so that's anyone want to say anything else about Marvel speculation and how stupid it is and how people don't do it about DC movies that much because no one really cares about DC movies.
And there aren't really any DC movies. Yeah, I mean, well, I guess there is The Flash, and then people don't care about it. It's like, well, we'll enjoy it. Whenever it comes out, we'll watch it.
We'll enjoy
that's their speculation.
We'll enjoy the first 5 minutes, and then we'll hate the rest of it.
Yes, everyone will be. We can't wait to see what happens. You know, and then 10 minutes
fanboys, Marvel fanboys are all around me. I will say I loved it. I'll just say it was game changing.
Yes, just say it's better than anything Marvel's ever done, and you'll see the internet come crashing down. Even if it's not out yet, you say it now.
Okay, pickers and flippers.
Oh,
so this is not nose pickers and flippers, as I pointed out in a previous video. This is people that go to Goodwill, thrift stores, or garage sales, or they buy lockers, and then they turn around and take whatever's inside and they sell it for more money. There are some very honest people out there that do it honestly. There's a guy here in Castro Valley. There's a guy in Hayward. Commonwealth also comes to mind. Cincinnati Picker comes to mind. These people are they fight for their dollar. Like they go to a they go to a garage sale and like something's $2 and they're like, would you take $1.50? And then they turn around and sell it for $20, right? I get it. We do this in business all the time. We pay people $100,000 to do their job, and then we turn around and sell the building they're working in for $1.8 billion, right? We do this all the time. It's fine. And if you're a collector, you do it all the time too. You buy a comic for as cheap as possible, knowing that the value is higher and that there possibly is a market for it. What I hate, and this is all over YouTube, maybe I should stop watching YouTube, is there are people out there that before they start filming, they go into the locker and they plant gold bars, buckets of money.
Yeah.
Right? Like
totally a thing.
And then they go in and they go, I bought this, and you don't know how much they bought it for. So he's like, I bought this for $5. He walks in, oh, look at this gold. Oh, whoa, I'm so
like, isn't that the same gold you found in the last episode?
Right. There are YouTube videos that are made of that.
Yeah.
Or another way to do picking and flipping is that you order, and we did it here, you order a Amazon box delivered to your house.
Oh yeah, that was great.
And you go through it and you find out how much you can sell it for. If I was a eBay seller, I probably could have sold that stuff for money. But what other people do is they get a curated box. So someone has put only the best things in. They pay $5,000 for the box. And then they go, we paid $150 for this box. And they're like, 6 iPhones. Whoa. I want
the fact that they got 6 iPhones for $500 is impressive.
5,000.
Oh, 5,000. I thought you said 500. I'm like, that's a pretty good deal.
It ticks me off that people watch this and they don't know whether it's fake or not. There's even casino ones where people are like, I've set up a secret camera to film me win this machine. And a secret camera on a tripod behind them that never moves. Okay. And then they pull the slot handle a bunch of times and money pours out of it. And what you find out later is this is in their garage.
Their casino
I guess
garage.
Because it's on YouTube, which traditionally started from someone's, home videos or whatever.
Yeah.
You assume that they're showing you live footage of what they were doing at the time in which they filmed it.
Yeah.
But you don't assume any of the setup that would go into like a TV magic show.
Yeah.
would be part of their
You don't expect
channel.
to be conned, right?
Yeah.
While you're watching entertainment. You don't expect that a con artist is in front of you doing this stuff.
Yeah, I think it's a shift in where I think like we were all around when YouTube was first a thing. I mean, YouTube's not, by comparison, YouTube's not that old.
Right.
And it did start with
comparison to us.
Yeah, in comparison to us, it's not that old. Like YouTube started on exactly what Murray said, like someone's family home video, someone's trip to the zoo, it started on that. But YouTube is so much now a curated platform. Like
it's paid,
people
right?
curate. Yeah, if you are a channel that is monetized and monetizable, then you are curating your content. Like, there's so much drama and stuff that goes in the background of different YouTube channels that's like, this was just recently someone got shot and killed because they were filming a prank video. They were like, I ran at someone with a knife and I was pretending to rob them.
I don't think they said that they got killed.
Oh no, he didn't say it, but like it was on the news and the guy got shot and killed because the person he pretended to rob. And they were like, videos. There are videos that came out later that were basically like these YouTube channels that this guy followed and kind of idolized and was trying to become a part of. He didn't realize that all these pranks are set up. Like, it's not like, hey, you're going to pretend to like, I'm robbing you and I've got a gun or I've got a knife. Like, no. People are smart and they set those up because they know there's a risk. Like, and so this guy tries it, gets shot to death. And it's like, wait, what happened? It's like, it's smoke and mirrors.
This one guy actually does like flips or whatever through the air around people. And he did it over a bunch of cops and he got arrested. And he's been arrested. Like, it's not one of these set up websites. So he gets arrested all the time.
Yeah, but at least with that, he's setting the precedent. Like, if you do this could happen. Like, there's no prank channels where they show the dude getting shot and then they're like, well, get a new dude.
Yeah,
I think it was what was it? It was these two guys. So there's this whole movement about keeping cops honest. And what they do is they record themselves and they put themselves right on the line of doing something illegal. So these two guys were like, yeah, we're going to do this. They dressed in body armor with assault rifles and walk into a police station and then was surprised when they got tackled to the ground. Because a police station is a government building, so blah 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 blah.
You technically can't just walk in with a gun.
All right, what's next on the list?
I don't know. It was a big list.
We have a list.
Marcel sent a list this morning.
Price of hobbing during COVID. Comic books for a crap comic book that you'd wipe your butt with.
Ooh, that sounds
that costs 10 cents, sometimes free at the comic book shop, is now $2.50.
Even after you wipe your butt with it?
Yeah.
That's if you wipe your butt with it.
Like, everything has gone 4 times. And it's out of control. It's like
So time
$1
to
comic
retire,
is like
Marcel.
$4. Huh?
Sell and retire.
Yeah. I always sell at the worst time. I had a big card collection, sold that big Marvel card collection, sold that like the year before the Marvel movies came out.
Oh.
You had like full sets and everything. I
Yeah.
remember.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Fake reviewers.
I haven't seen that as much, but I've got to know that it exists.
So example.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I need an example.
there's one that I watch a lot that is my favorite. This guy reviews blind boxes.
Okay.
And every blind box he receives is given to him. And he discloses it. He goes, "This is given to me by this company. They're really great. Blah, 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 blah. This won't change my mind about this box at all." And then he takes out 6 pieces of trash. And he goes, "Wow, that was great. You guys should go use my code. This $40 was well spent."
Oh, I see. So it's not just a review. He gets a kickback on a
That's what
on
all
a
the
future
fake
purchase.
all the fake reviewers are doing that. Like they'll get a new as seen on TV item. And instead of just being honest and going, "This thing smells bad," right? Because the chemical they've used to spray it down with, they go, "Oh, these eggs are cooked on it, taste delicious." And you can see them going,
Wincing. I've definitely seen that face in Flapjack.
ironically. I just and that's pretty much it. The other 2 things I wrote down don't really make sense because I don't make sense. YouTube sucks, and finally, don't be stupid is all the other 2 things I wrote down.
I think "don't be stupid" is just
I think
good
those
advice.
are more of an in summary. Summary. Wait, are we on YouTube right now?
Yeah, we are.
Oh
We
boy.
are. Evidence that YouTube isn't that good.
Yes,
Uh,
don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please do that. It helps everyone out.
I definitely didn't. I had to pay for this monitor.
Especially if you agree that YouTube sucks.
I guarantee you that we paid for everything that you're seeing.
Yeah, too much money sometimes.
Yeah, we're not cool enough to have codes or anything like that. But...
Oh, by the way, I've been eating the M&Ms that are in this guy's head.
Oh yeah, nice.
They taste like poop.
Is that the M&M's fault or the head's fault?
I think the head's rubbed off on them.
Oh. Is that how
Should-
it's meant to be used?
Shouldn't have used it.
It's meant to
store
be
so
a
much
cup,
poop.
like to store liquid in.
Oh.
Or it's meant to just be a statue. They wouldn't have put a lid on it.
Dear sir, please stop eating out of our statue. It is lead-based paint. We don't advise.
That's their fault for not using tastier paint. That felt dumb to say.
Okay,
with
so
that.
we're around the corner from Zack Snyder's second release of his movie.
So when is that? I actually don't know when that is. That like the 18th or something?
I think you know that.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Let's see. That's
Snyder
Thursday. Let's see.
Cut release date. 18th.
Yeah, so that's a Monday. No, Thursday.
Embedded into our brains.
I guarantee
4
you
hours
it's the
and
day of the
2
week.
minutes.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
It's
So,
extra 2 minutes.
so I've read the script. It is
How long is the
definitely-
script? 4 hours and 3 minutes?
It feels like it is definitely 2 movies. Like
Okay.
the first movie feels like one movie, and the second movie feels like another movie.
Well, it's as long as 2 movies, so I guess that makes
I
sense.
kind of want to watch. I kind of want to watch Justice League, so that I understand how this movie came about. because the way it's written, it feels kind of like Justice League 2, not Justice League 1. It should really be a smart move, actually. But anyways, that's my speculation.
Oh, good job. Good speculation.
And then WandaVision is going to show up. White Vision is going to show up and go,
this is where I flew to. I flew to another.
Him and Martian Manhunter are going to have a phase through fight like they had in WandaVision. Anything you guys want to rant about?
I actually have recently watched Justice League, or the first one.
You can't rant about it though.
I mean I could because something I've heard about the new one is that it leaves itself more open than the other one did. Like the other one's like, oh, they're clearly wanted to go like a Lex Luthor / what's his face? Deathstroke. I wanted to say Deadshot. I knew that wasn't right. They clearly were like, we're gonna go this way, and then they're like, oh, it wasn't good. Let's just never make another movie. Which is always dumb to me. I definitely thought the DC movies weren't great, but they just keep making them. Like,
well, they made a bunch of money.
Were they not making their
first
money back?
few?
Like, was that like?
It's a very wait. They made money on Superman 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
They've been riding that hill.
Christopher Reeves made them a lot of money, Rob. I mean, come on.
He did it.
And
then that horse betrayed him.
I think.
That was probably a weird, terrible thing to say. But it is what happened.
Too soon? I don't know. I don't know.
It's not too soon. It's more. Why didn't I think of that?
I'm glad it was at least that.
From what I've read, this is definitely a conclusion. It's not more open. And I think the reason why they could do that is this is literally 2 movies. Where the other one stopped, hour 2 begins.
I think the question that everyone wants the answer to,
yes,
is there more Green Lantern? Yes. Oh, okay. Also, I can't tell you whether I think that's a good or a bad thing.
The other thing,
just okay.
How is Jared Leto gonna save this movie?
Because apparently he makes the movie,
right?
According to that one thing you read.
Yes. I will say this. I think that this movie is gonna be good. However, it's gonna suffer from Rise of Skywalker cancer, where they try and do so much in one movie and throw so many characters at it that you don't actually have time to process what horribleness is actually happening on screen.
I'm a little bit wondering how in the world it's going to get to 4 hours. Because if you think about even an extended cut of a Lord of the Rings, you watch like the regular Lord of the Rings and you watch the extended cut and there's little things here and little things there, ends up being 3 hours. You go, oh, that was kind of fun, a little long. How do you go to another hour?
Well, it's because it is 2 movies and they've cut off the credits in the middle where they overlap, and they literally put up on the screen 5 years later.
Nightmare scene, right, is the future.
So yeah.
So the way I think it's supposed to be, the leaks have kind of said it comes out as like Nightmare's future is actually the real future of this movie. And so you get to kind of see that play out, and that's sort of the new footage.
Yeah. And Jared Leto's scene is actually in the Nightmare future. And like they hop a whole bunch of times. And that's why I say in the end it all makes sense. And they wrap it up because they hop to the end and they show how they've all they've cleaned it up. So
oh, that would be good though. I would like that.
Yeah, I think it's actually very effective for this kind of movie, because Snyder's not going to come back and make 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Sure.
Right, they're done. They're done with this. I mean, obviously they could change their mind, but they're basically done.
Yeah. He had to wrap it up. But I think from what I've read, it's very good. I think I've told you guys too much already. My biggest complaint is that they sidelined some major Justice League characters, and they make this a Batman story. And I have a big problem with that, because Batman is the worst Justice League member. Not because he's not a superhero, because he's not a superhero. He's
not because of that fact that he's not
even a hero. He's an anti-hero. But he is always threatening the Justice League with how he can overthrow them. Like,
yeah. I mean, he likes to do that.
So
it's his MO, really.
Yeah. It's his
I'll
collection.
be part of your group if I can destroy this group anytime I want.
I like being part of this team. I better keep in mind how to destroy them at any point.
He's basically the CEO of the team. Like, he's like, I have my finger on all the evidence.
Well, it's like the scene where Flash gets in the car with him in the original Justice League cut, and he's like, "So what's your superpower?" And he's like, "I'm rich." And then they drive off. Like, that explains Batman.
You know what that indicates is that that's not the first time Batman was asked that question.
Right. He's had time to think about it.
You're like, oh yeah.
But could you imagine if
Double
jointed? Like he was like, because he's like, oh, you're the Batman, because he threw the batarang at him. He's like, you're the Batman, and then they're getting in the car, and he's like, well, what's your superpower? You don't think anyone's ever like figured out that Superman was Clark Kent and then was confused about what his superpower was? It's like, oh wait, so what's your superpower? And Superman probably just looking at me like, really? Like
Superman lands next to them.
Yeah.
Hey, what's your superpower?
Superman just punches him into orbit. But that's not something Superman would do.
Also, I believe
hey, maybe in the Snyder cut.
That's true. It's true. It's got to be rated R somehow. Maybe Superman will punch someone into orbit.
Flash just constantly swears. He's got Tourette's.
he keeps tripping over stuff.
No, they'll just call him Lois.
Yeah. Do you think the Martha scene will be in the movie?
That's the wrong movie.
Yeah, again, I just want them to both realize and be like, remember that time we were fighting and like you said your mom's name and I thought it was my mom's name.
But you were sleeping with my mom.
Maybe that's how they fix the nightmare scene.
They do. The whole movie is based around one single thing that you could relate back to the Martha scene.
Sweet. I just felt that was an appropriate reaction.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, great. Just what all the fans want.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch it. I hope it's good.
Yeah, I mean, 4 hours though.
I don't ever go into a movie and
I don't
I'm
think
like,
I worked
this
that much in a
terrible. I can't wait to see this terrible movie. I hope it's good. I don't dislike DC. Well, I don't know, actually. I've read enough Future State to bias me just slightly.
Oh, by the
Future
way,
State might be like the original release of Justice League.
Murray, I don't think were you there when we did our last comic book review?
No.
I don't think so.
Murray, you saved yourself.
Swamp Thing, really good.
Oh, actually, no. The Swamp Thing.
The new Swamp Thing is really good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You should definitely read that.
Yeah,
that's good to know.
You can probably stay away from anything that starts with King in Black, or Rick and Morty. Actually, I don't know, Murray. How much do you like? Have you seen a lot of Rick and Morty?
I've seen them all.
Okay, I've seen the first 2 seasons, and somewhere between season 2 and 3, I lost track and interest slightly. You might like the comic then.
The comic is called Rick and Morty Worlds Apart, I think.
Yeah.
But they should have just called it the Slut Dragon Saga.
Yeah, that's part of the series. I'm not particularly fond of that
episode.
That story arc.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, that's what they picked for the comic.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I do like
Clearly they didn't get enough of that.
I do like that in the comic, like they bring the problem to Rick in the dragon ship. He's like, Rick, you saved us before. We need your help again. And Rick's like, no, I've done this already. He's like, no one wants to see this again.
Agreed.
So in the first like 3 pages, like the slut dragon shows up with some other slut dragon, and they're like, oh, we need help. And these 5 warriors show up, and the slut dragons blast fire all over them and kill them. So
as
Rick
one
isn't
would.
exactly their first choice.
That's true.
Anyhow, I feel much better.
I'm glad.
There's people on the internet that rant a lot better than I do, but a lot better.
None as passionately.
That's not true.
And none as truthfully?
Maybe. I feel
Okay.
like if you get known for ranting on YouTube, you then are artificially angry about things. Like you're like, how can I be angry about that?
I've known you long enough to know that your annoyance and anger at stuff, it tends to be genuine.
Yeah, not artificial.
All right. I don't know how long this video went for. Oh, it's about an hour.
About an hour.
Yeah.
That's what we said it would be.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Perfect.
So what now?
I don't know.
I don't think that Murray rants about enough things. But when he does, it's always about the design of things that he uses.
Yeah. And so far everything's fine.
I got an Apple Watch.
Oh. Nike style?
No, I just bought the band because
okay.
I like the colors.
Okay.
So far it's been good. It's not as horrible as I thought it would be.
Okay. What were some of the things you thought would be horrible? Just like battery life or other things like that?
Well, okay. The one thing that is horrible about it is that Siri decides that she wants to listen to every one of my freaking conversations. So when I look at the times, it's saying, I'm working on that right now.
She's already, yes, because you must be talking to yourself out loud as you're looking at the
making
time.
YouTube videos.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
So that's pretty horrible. There's like these subtle interactions between the phone and the watch that are quite awesome. Like if the notification is like goes to your phone first, it won't go to your watch, and if it goes to your watch first, it won't go to your phone. Like there's this very subtle line between the two, which is really cool.
Oh yes, I know what you mean. Yeah.
But I mean, so far it hasn't burnt me. It tells me the time.
I was gonna say, so it's not a Samsung phone from 10 years ago.
And it thinks based on my heartbeats that I'm about to die all the time.
Okay.
Which is
lots
accurate.
of warnings.
Okay. It's accurate. So far, I think for me, I like a device if I don't hate the device. And I don't hate the device, so therefore I must like the device. And that's how it is with the watch. So
Siri was sweating there for a second.
Yeah, well. I keep trying to kill the butterflies though in the background, and that's been unsuccessful. A new one just shows up.
It'll do that.
I want to get out of the house.
What would you do if you were able to leave the house?
Go to a strip club. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
No, I think
I have a few hours. No.
I want to go walk in a mall.
Oh.
Yeah,
I want to
weirdly miss that. Weirdly miss that.
I want to go to a flea market. I want to go to a crowded downtown area.
A good flea market.
Yes,
I mean,
not a Hayward flea market.
Not
I
one
don't
where
know that
like
I would
the shampoo
choose a
bottles fall out of
crowded
it.
area, but
No,
Sure.
like I want to go see the Blue Angels and be surrounded by people that are like in awe about stupid airplanes flying in
You're like,
formation.
so that I can make fun of them.
No, it's like the people watching components is just gone. Or like, why I really use those places is that my mind is like going crazy at home with thoughts and anxieties and blah 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 35 personalities, and going to a mall just deadens all that, right? Like you leave all your problems at home, so you know your wife. No, I'm kidding.
usually she would be with you if you were at the mall, believe me.
And then you go to the mall and you sit down in a restaurant and you eat something that you probably aren't really enjoying, but someone else made it for you, so you didn't have to think about it. And then you throw money at people and you think you're making their life better because you've tipped the person $10. And then, you know what I mean? Like there's this whole thing that we built as humans that's around making ourselves feel better by helping other people. And COVID has completely taken that away.
Or like taking the free food so the guy doesn't have to sit there and hold it so long.
Yeah.
Go back 2 or 3 times to help him out.
I mean, I sent someone money on the internet the other day because I was like, you need money. I don't know why I did it. They were in Russia. Like, they're probably going to get arrested by the KGB for getting American help.
Well, you know.
I don't think the KGB is a thing anymore.
Correct.
Good. So anyhow, that's what I would do. Shalisha and I will go for a drive every now and then and just drive somewhere. But it's maddening.
Okay, so some of the stuff, I don't know if you want this to be part of the video or not, but some of the stuff that we do going out is like we'll drive out to the beach or somewhere like that where we feel like we can get out and it feels like a regular day actually, because the beach, there's always people there, but they're not like crowded around you.
Yeah.
But it looks like a totally normal day. Like there's people walking around and some people having a picnic and other people walking the pier, and generally no masks because they're so far from each other.
Yeah.
And you forget for a moment, I'll fly my drone. You forget for a moment that this is the world you live in, because it's a normal situation to see the people in this, doing this kind of stuff. So like we've done that 2 or 3 different times. And I think that helps a ton because it is a normal thing to go out. I mean, we live so close to Santa Cruz or Half Moon Bay, and you go out there and get the pescadero bread and go out to the beach, and it feels very normal. The thing that feels like we're missing is the stuff you mentioned, which is you can't just casually head out to dinner and walk the mall, and it's
like downtown Campbell.
Right. It's all under tents and the roads are closed.
There's more DoorDash people than there are people.
There is, yes. So it's like, so if you pick and choose, and I think also one of the other things that helps is, like you said, you just want to go to the office for a minute.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to the office. So that's and Rob, I think, will be able to benefit from that if he schedules it in. I hadn't gone for maybe a month and a half, and I went on Friday, and it makes all the difference in the world. Like changed the weekend. Went in not super early, just like mid-morning, did a bunch of work, left around end of the day.
I've been
it felt like a normal day.
I've been thinking about renting an office in like downtown Hayward where I just go and work.
Office space is cheap right now.
You can rent my hobby room.
Unless it's Dropbox.
Oh yeah, don't try and buy Dropboxes. I hear they're going for a premium because of some secrets they have in the basement.
Yeah, I know. We did go to the beach a few times, and it's kind of like, I forgot. Okay, when you live in South Africa, you can't do certain things because you might get killed, or you might get raped, or you might lose all your money, or whatever it might be, right? And COVID has felt like that again. Like you got to really figure out what you can do to be safe, because someone else might not be safe around you.
Interesting.
So it's this whole. So it becomes easier to stay inside than it is to go outside. Now, granted, in South Africa, at least when I was growing up there, your DoorDash guy probably would have broken into your house and stole everything out of your house.
Oh, good gravy.
But then given you your food and said, "There you go." So it's a different world, right? And we definitely have luxuries, like we Instacart a lot, we DoorDash a lot, but it's not easy.
Yeah, because you have to plan those things out. It actually reminded me a little bit of when we visited you in Idaho, and it was like we went there during December. Rob and I came up to see you, and you really had to plan what you were going to do. There was no like casual, just like head out to a comic shop or something. Like you had to suit up, multiple layers. Like think about a mask. That's nothing. You had to like suit up in layers, hats and gloves. And then you had to plan your day kind of out already. And it feels a little bit like that. Like, oh, you want to do something? Well, let's look at the, what's shut down right now, where can we go, and you have to and then suit up. You got your gloves and you got your mask and you bring your thing. It's like it felt a little bit like an area that we're just not used to as Californians. Like you just leave the house with whatever you're wearing, even
and you're
pajamas.
hit something.
That's what people wear to go get coffee here.
I wear shorts year round for I don't care.
It just is a totally different feeling.
Rob, you did that to the betterment of yourself and the pain of us.
Yeah,
it was technically the zip-off pants.
Oh man, no. Okay, if anyone here was the king of the zip-off pants, it was Murray.
Can I find some more of those, please?
I guarantee you, someone stole.
Also, they would go on and off more than I understood why. It's like you're wearing 3 shirts. Instead of a shirt coming off, the pants come off.
The bottom half of the pants, not the top.
Whatever. You sewed your way, I sewed my way. All right. I think that's it. I think we're going to call it.
All right.
Rob, very nice pins. I like them.
Especially Yosemite Sam.
Yeah, his eyebrow mustache.
The fact that I got that to focus in like half a second, holding it like this, like my face is still here.
That's
the camera's
the thing I love about this.
The camera's clearly
not only can
choice.
You see my man boobs in focus, but you could see this cup in focus.
Like an infinite focus.
Let me tell you, Powerade stock just tanked.
That's if anyone was watching this.
They're like, well, it's probably not as healthy as we thought.
Our spokesperson has really gone downhill.
We're not paying this guy, right?
How did he get one of our bottles?
Yes.
He paid us for the bottle.
That's true. I did. All right, guys. Have a good week. It is only Tuesday.
Yeah, geez.
Comic day tomorrow. So we might have new comics tomorrow.
Oh, sweet.
But realistically, probably Thursday.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So
that works.
Okay, bye, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Cool. Later.